My parents chuckled. You'll never be as good as your brother. I stood up and said, then tell him to pay all the bills. I'm not sending money anymore. My mom was shocked. What money? We never received a single dollar from you. I was sitting at Sunday dinner when my dad looked at me over his pot roast and chuckled. Your brother just got promoted again. Regional manager at 32. Then my mom joined in with that familiar tone. You'll never be as good as your brother, sweetie. Maybe if you'd applied yourself more. My golden child brother Derek, star athlete, charismatic, married to his high school sweetheart. I was the backup kid, the one they called when Derek was too busy for their problems. That's when something inside me finally snapped. I set my fork down slowly and looked directly at them. Then tell Derek to pay all the bills. I'm not sending money anymore. The table went silent. My brother looked confused. Mom's face froze mid-chew. Dad's wine glass stopped halfway to his lips. What money? Mom asked, her voice sharp. We never received a single dollar from you. My stomach dropped. I pulled out my phone with shaking hands and opened my banking app. I turned the screen toward them. These monthly transfers. $800 every month for the past 4 years. $38,400 total. Dad squinted at the screen. That's going to Derek. The room tilted. What? Derek had the decency to look uncomfortable. He shifted in his seat. They asked me to help them out. You make good money in tech, so I figured you could afford it. You've been telling them the money was from you? I asked, my voice deadly calm. He shrugged. They needed help. I coordinated it. Seemed easier than explaining your involvement every month. My mom waved her hand dismissively. Well, Derek arranged everything. He's always been so thoughtful about our needs. I stood up slowly, pulling up my complete transaction history. Let me show you what your thoughtful son arranged. $800 monthly rent assistance. $2,300 for mom's emergency dental work last year. $4,500 when dad's truck needed a new transmission. $1,200 for their anniversary cruise. Every single one sent directly from my account to yours. Dad's face went pale as he scrolled through the records. These are all from you? Derek tried smoothing it over. Look, they needed help and you were in a position to give it. I just made sure they got what they needed. Why does it matter who gets credit? Because, I said, voice shaking. You've spent 4 years letting them believe I was worthless while I've been keeping them afloat. You took credit for my money while they told me I'd never measure up to you. My mom's hands trembled. Why didn't you tell us? I tried. Every month when I called to check if the money arrived, you'd say Derek is such a blessing. We don't know what we'd do without him. I thought you knew it was from both of us. Derek stood up defensive. You wanted to help them. Don't make this about recognition. Recognition? I laughed bitterly. I don't need a parade, but I'm done being invisible while funding your hero status. The transfers stop today. You can't just abandon us, Mom said, tears forming. We rely on that money. Then ask your golden child to actually provide it himself, I replied, since he's so successful and thoughtful. Derek went red. I have a mortgage and kids. I can't afford $800 a month, but I can. While you take credit and they tell me I'll never be good enough, I grabbed my jacket. You want to know the real difference between Derek and me? I actually showed up. I just did it quietly while he collected the applause. Dad finally spoke. We had no idea. Derek, why would you do this? They needed help, Derek said weakly. You make it sound like I committed fraud. You committed something worse, I said at the door. You stole my relationship with them, made me a ghost in my own family while spending my money. I walked out to 14 missed calls that night. Voicemails ranged from mom crying to dad demanding explanations to Derek trying damage control. I didn't return any of them. 3 days later, I received a certified letter, my parents formally acknowledging the debt and promising repayment. At the bottom, a handwritten note from Mom. We're so sorry. We failed you as parents. Please let us make this right. I haven't decided if I'll forgive them, but I know one thing. I'm done being the family ATM while my brother plays hero with my cash. Some people are worth more than others see. Took me $38,400 to learn I was one of them.